Yeah, good afternoon to members of the media. Sorry about that. Yeah, we face a difficult team, strong team in Kaizer Chiefs. Of course, a rival that is unbeaten in the last five. Structurally very well organized, very well drilled, with a very strong technical team and a lot of very good individuals that in different moments can turn the result for them. So we know what's ahead, and we've done our analysis, and we're as prepared as we go into most of our fixtures.
All right, thank you, Coach. Let's now open it up to the floor. We'll take questions from the floor for the coach, and then the second round will then be on the play. Can we start with Mark?
Mark Strand. Coach Rhulani, your last story to Derby was probably your first press conference. You took a lot of people by surprise with your honesty at the time. Just a two-part question. Was that a growing experience? Was that sort of honesty because it seemed, it had a lot of reaction? It also lifts up that say what a Derby, there were a lot of us who really enjoyed it. And the second part question, at the time you had a lot to say about Giovanni Salinas, predecessor to New York, questioning how a coach of that stature was coaching Kaizer Chiefs. Ernst has this ability to also get a reaction and sympathy, I think, from a lot of South African coaches. I don't know if it's often his attitude and the way he goes about things. Often I think it's his style of football. Just what is your opinion on this?
Yeah, top coach, very, very strong personality, of course, and I think that's why you get a lot of coaches responding to him the way they do. A good tactician. His teams are always posing a lot of tactical scenarios during 90 minutes. But I think he's a coach that's very clued up in the way he wants his teams to play. If you look at how his teams have always played, be it Maritzburg, Free State, Golden Arrows, even the Chiefs of the past and the current Kaizer Chiefs, there's a lot of similarities with regards to his game methodology. So yeah, he's a good coach and one that we respect a lot, and one that I think has done well for the team. He came in last season, and although they didn't finish in the top 8, he was clear in what needed to be done with regards to improving the team. And it is by no surprise that they're doing as well as they're doing. They've got a clear structure of playing. They're doing very well with their build-ups. Katsanda is very important for them. Mato and Cardoso are doing a lot better with regards to first station passes and how they deal with receiving balls from whether it's Kune or Akpe. So that's one of the things, and yeah, but like I say, it's the triangle in the first phase of their build-up is clear. So and that's always down to the coach when there's a clear structure with regards to that, and yeah.
All right, Temple.
Coach, your thoughts on the TKO Coach, do you think that maybe perhaps because we played a game in midweek where Chiefs are compromising political pressure for this crown touch league, could the bearing on the result of the first?
No, not at all. I think we can't start with. We know how strong we have to be. We know how important the game is, and fatigue is a state of mind. They are the team that's in form. They are the team that is unbeaten in 6 if you count the Felix Cup, the Shell Felix Cup, and against Sundowns. So in 6 matches they're unbeaten, and Last defeat was against Polokwane, the 1-0. So they're the ones that come in without the match midweek. So let them show us how energetic and how fresh they are.
Okay, let's move right along. Let's see. Except again. Oh, okay. I'm not standing in my normal position, so that's why I'm not seeing. So let's go to Minente.
Coach Rhulani Mokwena, at the start of this season, if you look at the black table, this fixture for you will come along this early. A lot of people would have banked you, but now the reality is completely changed. You know, just how have you been going about in trying to draw the same confidence that we saw early on in the season, you know, when they went out against Chiefs and they beat them so convincingly? How have you gone about to try and draw that same confidence that we saw at the beginning of the season to ensure that, you know, on the day they give a similar performance that we saw?
Yeah, the players know we can't change the world. We can only adapt to the circumstances that we are faced and the challenges that we are faced with. We know the current situation that we are in, and we know what needs to be done. The fortunate part is that we've got a lot of very experienced players. We've got a very good group and an honest group of players. And we've set certain standards for ourselves, and we know that regardless of what happens after 90 minutes, we know that, or in this case, 120 minutes, we know that there are certain technical, tactical, psychological elements that we cannot compromise on. The players know that. So fortunately for us, that's our blueprint. That's our way of working, and we've set benchmarks with regards to that, and we don't compromise on that. And fortunately, we've got, like I say to you, experienced players that are able to make sure that they extend that onto the pitch, and assist us, particularly when you've got so many of these younger ones, Monyane, Mabasa. The younger ones have a very good environment, which allows them to grow and to become better, because you can't ask for more when you've got senior players that, regardless of the scenario situation, one, they don't compromise on the standards of our tactical preparations, so which is important. And two, they never whinge and whine and complain. Our senior players are the first ones to roll up their sleeves and pull up their socks and engage themselves into the battle. So when you are a younger player and you've got that sort of example, it only allows them to continue to serve and give their best for the club.
All right, let's. Okay, we'll do Mazola, let's Puliso, and then we'll go back to Temba.
Yeah.
Injury update, and then also just leading up to this game, there's been sort of maybe you can argue two standout players on either side, and Vukovic and Mabasa, who've been banging the ball. It's going to be difficult to stop them, and one has also kept the ball in that.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't give an injury update as yet. We've got training at 3:30, so we'll engage with the people, but it's the same status quo at present. On Nurkovic, yeah, a very good addition to the Kaizer Chiefs team. Gives it different dimension. Gives them a focal point, in contrast to the way they play. To be honest with you, because they play the game forms that they take on the pitch do not directly, and if you look at the game forms and you watch the game and you look at the profile of the players, sometimes you'll be misled, because you would think that there's a lot of long balls that go to the target man and Castro and Nurkovic on top, But the reality is they do try to build from the back. I was listening to Ernst talking about possession yesterday, in him trying to improve the possession stats of Kaizer Chiefs. They do try. They do try to initiate their build-up phases from the back. And that's why I say if you look at the profile of the players, 6 foot something, Castro 6 foot something, Nurkovic, you then are misled because you think long balls are coming. But the reality is they do come, but not as much as you would expect with regards to the profile of the players. So he's a difficult striker to deal with, particularly because also there's a lot of flexibility with how they approach matches. And sometimes it's Nurkovic with Kama or Nurkovic with Castro, and then Kama as the third striker. And how they orientate that also changes throughout the match. So we are aware of that. But he's got his strengths. He's got also his couple of weaknesses that we have to also deal with. But that's for us to keep into our pockets. But yeah, Mabasa, I think credit to his upbringing. You know, when you speak to Tsekofatso's mother, you get an understanding of what type of background the boy comes from. So I think he's spiritually he's very grounded, and sometimes we take that for granted because you know, sometimes you need a power source, and the boy is plugged in. He's plugged in. And he receives a lot of divine assistance. And you can tell, you know, he's spiritually grounded, very good upbringing. The family has done very well in raising him, very rooted, a lot of humility, and he gets that from his mother. You know, when you engage with the parents, sometimes you get a feeling of what type of background the player comes from. So once you've got that, then it's easy for him to fit into the group, because it's important. No man is an island. He needs the support of his teammates to be able to receive passes, to be able to initiate the high press, and he needs his teammates for all those phases. And two, he's coachable. You know, that's one thing that helps when you're a youngster. When you're coachable and you listen, it's easier for you to adapt and to improve. And I think those are the three things that you'd probably pick up about Utseho. As we normally do for any opposition. Obviously, Kaizer Chiefs are stronger, and we accept that. We know that. We are humble in our approach to this match. We know they are stronger, and they must show on the pitch that they are stronger. They are not conceding a lot of goals. They've only conceded 6 this season. But they're free scoring team with 15 goals. A huge contribution of that from the trio plus Manyama, who's contributed more than any other player with 6 of the 15 goals that they've scored. So yeah, we know what we have to face. We've prepared. We know we've done our analysis. We've checked our game against Highlands Park. We've done our analysis on Highlands Park, things that we did right, things that we can improve. And we go into the game against Chiefs prepared, knowing that they are stronger. I don't want to use the term underdog, but they are stronger. You know, I don't want to use the term underdog because out of respect for our players, but they come into the match as the favorites.
Remember?
When you
We're doing coach first.
He was late.
Do you have a question for the coach?
Yes, please. Coach, you've been one of those people that have been vocal. I remember there was one that where we actually made the headline. It was the week after that kind of played and stuff like that. But in recent times, you see the more of change Rhulani over the head coach position. What has changed? Has Rhulani learned something new, or is Rhulani scared of Kaizer Chiefs now that he's on this and firing him?
I think that's a bit more like the first question, but I don't know, coach.
Yeah. Welcome, Temba. It's good to have you. No, but there's you go through different stages in life, and if you don't read and you don't update yourself, you will always remain behind. Phil Jackson, I was listening to Phil Jackson the other day, and he said, you don't become the coach that you want. You actually have to become the coach that the team needs. Now, in this particular moment, Orlando Pirates doesn't need a vocal Rhulani Mokwena. It doesn't need a vocal Rhulani Mokwena. I think when you see what we are going through, you can understand that the only talking that will do justice is the talking that's done on the pitch. The rest, no one is interested in. So it's not fear, it's growth. It's a metamorphosis. Is going through different stages and being able to say, like an eagle, I'm prepared to pluck my own claws, break my own beak, and take out my own feathers. Because if I want to see 70, I must make sure that I revive myself. So like an eagle that goes through that stage, when he gets to 40, the eagle says, do I want to prolong my stay or do I want to die? And it's got a huge decision to make. So as a coach, you then adapt to the environment, you adapt to the conditions, you adapt to that specific phase that you are facing. And the players know I fear nothing. And it would be a wrong interpretation to say I'm afraid. I fear absolutely nothing. And like I said about Tsecho, I'm also extremely spiritually grounded. So even though I walk through the shadow of death, I fear no evil.